Hey survivors, I just wanted to make a quick video on why you should never warn the new supply. I think a lot of us we feel obligated to warn the new supply. Nobody wants anyone to go through what we went through. And we think like if we warn the person, it might save them all the heartache and damage that was done to us. And then I also think like in a way, some of us, when if we're in that revenge stage of recovery, we want to ruin the new supply. Basically, the reason you should never warn the new supply is number one, they're not going to believe you. Your narcissist already told them you're crazy. You did them so bad. You treated them so wrong. You were the worst girlfriend they ever had or boyfriend they ever had. They already got their backstory lined up and they're covered on that. Trust me. They was covered on that before they even started a relationship with the new supply. Also, if you think about it, is the like in the revenge aspect, what is going to bring two people closer together than a common enemy? If you warn the new supply, now you just became her enemy because she's not going to believe you. She's going to think you're trying to cause problems in her wonderful relationship. And now you are now a common enemy, and that's going to bring them closer together. Not only is that going to bring them closer together, but she's going to feel sorry for him and think, oh yeah, I see what you were saying. I'm sorry if I say him, it's just because I'm used to a male narcissist. I know there's female narcissists. I'm not trying to take that away from anyone. It's just my narcissist was male. And I do know like my narcissist ex did try to warn me, and I didn't believe her. I was like again, he already, and I don't at the time had no idea what a narcissist was, and he already told me she was crazy, she was evil. She kept his kid from him for a year, and she just did all this like evil stuff to try to make his life miserable. And I felt bad for him because allegedly she kept his kid from him for a year. And so already there, he already had his story right there. And he already played on my emotions because, like, could you imagine somebody taking your kid from you for a whole year? And then when she tried to warn me, I was just like, whatever. Like, I already know you're bitter. You took his kid for a whole year, So do not try to warn the new supply. No, he's not treating the new supply any better. They're in the love bombing stage, so it might look like he's treating her better. Yeah, the love bombing stage may last longer than yours did, or it may not. It just depends on how much she cooperates with him. Now, remember, their whole the point of their relationship with any supply is control and power. So if she's more, given, or she's going to go along with what he wants more than what you did, then yeah, the love bombing stage is going to last longer. I feel like mine didn't last that long because I'm not a very, like, even though I didn't know he was a narcissist in the beginning, there was red flags. I just didn't know what they were. Like, I mean, I seen them and I would question myself about them. Like, example, when I used to say like to myself, like, he's like a chameleon. Like, he's around different people and he just fits in with different people. And to me, I thought that was weird. I'm like, how are you like this gentle, sweet man with me, and then you go over here and you're like this ruthless thug with this person, So I was just like, wow, and I remember we were arguing one day and he said something, I don't remember exactly what he said, but something that hurt my feelings. And I was like, well, you're a chameleon. And that was another thing. I didn't know he was a narcissist. So when he would, attack my person, I would attack his person back. Not saying that's the right way to go. Please don't do that. If somebody makes you feel like you are triggered like that and you need to do that, you need to leave. But yes, anyways, do not warn the new supply. It's nothing good is going to come out of the new supply. And if you are still hurt and you're hurt that he has a new supply, then you're probably still trauma bonded, and you should look into fixing the trauma bond, getting help for that. The best thing I can recommend that helped me tremendously was trauma therapy. Um, when you go like to therapists, make sure they specialize in trauma. I went to different counselors, different therapists, and until I got into trauma therapy, I don't really feel like any of them really benefited me at all. Um, it, it just, to me, it helps, first of all, to understand why you are the way you are, and also how to fix that. Like when you go to counseling, I don't think they really touch that. When you're looking for a therapist or a counselor, just make sure that you're letting them know, like, hey, I just got out of a relationship with an abuser. You don't have to necessarily say narcissist, because um, not all therapists or counselors are like I don't want to say aware of narcissism, but the extent of the abuse. They're not necessarily aware of the extent of abuse. Like if you're like somebody like me, until I got with a narcissist, I didn't know what a narcissist was. So if you came to me and you're like, I was dating a narcissist, I wouldn't even, understand what you're talking about. And, I would ask you what a narcissist is, but even being like a victim or a survivor, I don't think you can explain like the actual um depths of the abuse, like what it actually does to you. And a lot of outsiders looking in, they don't understand either. Like, if you tell them like, oh, well, he's calling me names, like they're like, okay, well, leave him. He's calling you names, but they don't understand like all of the manipulation and triangulation and gaslighting that makes it so you can't necessarily leave them. And I didn't understand that either. So just make sure it's a trauma therapist. Make sure they know you were dealing with emotional abuse, if not physical. I mean, not all narcissists are physically abusive, but yes, I know this was supposed to be about the new supply, and I'm rambling on. But anyways, yes, do not warn the new supply. All it's going to do is bring them closer together. You're going to be the common enemy, and they're not going to believe you anyways. And he's just going to say, see, I told you they were crazy. So do not even waste your time. I know it's hard. I understand it's so hard, especially if you're still in the trauma bond, to see or know that your narcissist is with a new person. And like that's why it's so important to get therapy and just try to break that trauma bond as soon as possible. Thank you, and you guys have a good day.